that's a tremendous looking trophy.
Hello and welcome to Platinum Explosion on One PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Tom Blight. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey, John, excited to be here when we announce our new plans for Platinum Explosion. Seeing as we're a fortnightly show, every other week we'll be releasing a remastered episode of Platinum Explosion.
Yes. Why not?
Sure, none of the news will be memorable or line up with anything currently happening. But it's there, and it will sound better.
Will it though?
Thanks to AI.
Thanks to the power of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Yeah. It's my favorite bit at the moment. Everything's thanks to the power. Also, I saw something that I was listening to another podcast, the Min Max show, and they were saying about, like consumers don't want to buy, they might not want to buy the PlayStation because of the AI stuff in it. I'm gonna call a red card on that. I'm gonna pull a red card on that. I think what
people don't care about AI if it's not infringing on creativity anyway.
Well, no, it was apparently something they read that said like consumers are less likely to buy something now if it says it has AI in it because like it's become more of a like negative connotation to a lot of buyers. But I think when it comes to like technology and stuff, most people understand what I think that AI is like what it's used for. Oh no, you don't. What am I saying? I regret everything I said. It's fine. Whatever.
I think people don't care as long as it's not taking jobs away from their profession. We don't want AI making art. It's as simple as that.
No. And that's
enhancing art, sure.
Well,
adding more pixels, and adding more frames. Yes.
Yeah. So,
but yassifying them, no.
Yassifying, yeah. Sure. Fair bit to talk about this week. There's a bunch of PlayStation stuff that's come for the 30 years anniversary, including a special edition. We'll talk about that in a sec. There is Kingdom Hearts news, which I could not talk about, and there's a system update, which is pretty cool. So we'll go over that.
Are we going to talk about the massive rumors that there's going to be a state of play next week, which will probably be confirmed by this episode being released?
There it is.
And also, there's 2 remasters coming out that everybody is already upset about.
I mean, you hinted at it. I was just choosing to ignore it. But I mean, do we care? No one cares, right?
I don't care. I'm happy for them to put it out. If that's how they want to choose to use their resources, I'm not going to get angry about it. But people seem to be livid about it.
I think what I've realized recently is this people and I think it comes down to the same thing about people like sort of, especially if they're like a PlayStation fan or whatever, like they sort of treat the company's decisions like you treat the decisions of a sporting team, like that's bad for our team.
Yep.
You want to make our team lose if that's that sort of thing, you know what I mean?
But also they treat it like because they did this one thing, that's why they didn't do this other thing that I want them to do.
Like there's option A or B. Because I'm of the thing of like seeing, Horizon. So the rumors are, people have missed it. The rumors are there's a state of play coming, and this ties into the
it's going to be
rumors.
Because we're recording this podcast.
Because we're recording, it's probably happening this week. To be honest, it happened last time we recorded the episode. So, but state of play has happened, and they're going to show off Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered and Days Gone Remastered. Are the 2 all but confirmed. They're very hot rumors. They're not even rumors, really. They're just
neither of the games have come to PC yet.
Yes,
it makes sense.
Yeah, they'll put these versions out on PC following a release.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't particularly care to replay either of those games. That said, I guess it's like in my mind, the potential for this to make sense is they're remastered games, but also they get to show them off in the state of play, and they get to now show how they would look better on the Pro. Because I think the thing, when they did the PlayStation 5 Pro and they didn't show any new games or reasons to buy it or whatever, I took that as that'll come, but for this reveal tech demo event thing, it was like, we're here. That'll be later. Yeah. Especially Days Gone, a game that doesn't run particularly great.
Didn't run.
Didn't run particularly great, yeah. So I think remastered and be like, hey, it runs a lot better now on the base PS5, but also it runs, silky smooth at 60 on the Pro at 4K. Like, yep. I can see that being the narrative, I guess.
I also imagine it's because The Last of Us 2 Remastered did well. As simple as that.
I mean, it would be interesting to see if the Days Gone Remastered did really well. And I mean, it would be funny if that game's narrative, sort of come back to where it did get a sequel, but nothing's impossible, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a high chance, but I don't want to say it's if they're doing a remaster, it's not. I think doing a remaster for Days Gone slightly increases the chance of ever getting a sequel prior to that. Surely. I will say, lots of people continue to make jokes, and there's absolutely no rooms to back this up. But I really just feel like if ever there was a time for us to finally get that Bloodborne remake, it has to be now.
Surely.
Like, if they say it, people would buy the Pro for Bloodborne.
That's my joke.
But they would, yeah. So
they don't even have to show it. They can just say they're going to do it.
The end of the state of play just pops up. Bloodborne, PS5 Pro, 60 frames per second, locked. Dollar symbols. It's done, right? People run out.
Yeah, it's the hunter dude just dancing to money falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Do they have money in Bloodborne? Coins?
Not the currency
Gold?
we use.
No? Okay.
Souls?
Nah, that's not as cool. Just souls falling from the sky. It's not going to probably be as effective.
No. Yeah, I mean, the state of play probably happened this week now that they're recording.
Absolutely.
And all those rumors were popping off last week, so usually that would, I don't know, we'll see.
There's too many rumors for it not to be true.
Too many rumors, yeah. And the pre-orders for what we're about, the PS5 Pro, go live this Wednesday as well.
Ooh.
10 a.m. So I presume if they did a state of play prior, it would be to, again, go, hey, these things go
Pre-orders
live,
are coming out.
tomorrow, So maybe they do it Tuesday. Just saying.
So before this even comes out.
Yeah, which is what happened last time, so.
That's true. Well, no,
Or did it happen the day off? I can't remember.
No, that's true. It came out.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
They really fucked us, yeah.
They really fucked us. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm used to
what
it.
Happens.
So, yeah. Limited edition console design takes PS5 back to the early days, reading from the PlayStation blog. So they have announced several new designs of not just the PS5 Pro, but some of the things. So introducing our PlayStation 30th anniversary collection to celebrate this wonderful milestone. The new limited edition designs pay homage to 30 wonderful years of gaming, a journey made possible by the passion and support of our fans, talented game developers, reminiscent of the very first PlayStation console to launch on December 3rd, 1994. This limited edition offering utilizes the original PlayStation color design and integrates it into the latest line of PS5 hardware products. So it will be available in super fucking limited. I think, there's like a couple hundred per country or some shit. PlayStation 5 Pro console, limited edition bundle. I think it just comes with everything. Hold on. It also includes a vertical stand. Hell yeah. And special collector's items. Original PlayStation.
Does that mean it's going to be more expensive than the regular PS5 Pro?
Yes. Of course it will be. It's a collector's edition. These things are going to get scalped for $1 million. It also comes with original PlayStation controller style cable connector housing. So that is a when it plugs into the bottom, the top of your controller. Sorry, it makes it look like it's a wide.
It's got a memory card. Wasn't that a thing?
What?
Like one end of the USB is like a memory card.
No.
Didn't I see that somewhere?
What? No, it's just how the controllers used to look. Oh, you didn't have a PlayStation. 4 PlayStation shapes, cable ties.
Oh no,
hell yeah.
You're right. I'm thinking of something else.
Thank you. Yep. PlayStation sticker, limited edition PlayStation poster, one of 30 possible designs, and a PlayStation paperclip.
What does that even mean?
It means you get a PlayStation paperclip, Ash. Like if you flick through the photos, is literally a PlayStation paperclip. It's a paperclip shaped like the PlayStation.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. What does it mean? It's a paperclip.
Just one though.
Just one paperclip. Then you got a PlayStation 5 Digital Edition 30th Anniversary Limited Edition bundle. So it comes with all the same add-ons as well as the vertical stand as well. Cool.
See, I'll just say, in my defense, that cable, the USB, it looks like what the memory card looks like on the PS2.
Sure. I mean, it looks like the part that the controller part that plugged into the console.
They look similar.
You never had a PS1, did you?
No, I had a PS2.
No.
So.
Okay. Yeah. PlayStation Portable Remote Player. That's just the PlayStation Portal. DualSense Edge Wireless Controller, standalone. DualSense Wireless Controller 30th Anniversary Limited Edition. So an Edge and a normal. I think all this stuff looks very cool, to be honest. It also comes in really cool packaging. Like, it's got like throwback packaging to make it look like the original PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be scalped to fuck.
Yeah, you can pre-order as soon as humanly possible.
Oh, there's no chance. I get it. Bots get this shit. You just at some stage,
worm your way,
accept,
you know.
Oh no. At some stage, you just accept that it'll be scalped. I think. I mean,
are you going to try?
I'll try. Look, it goes up at the same time as the normal PS5 Pro pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pre-order a PS5 Pro. If one of these is available, sure. But I'm going into it accepting that bot's probably going.
Unlikely.
Yes. But without knowing the price, if it's available, I'll commit. It's fine.
How much more of a difference would it have to be?
What do you mean?
For you not to want to get it?
What do you mean? Like money-wise?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've got credit cards. Who cares?
If it's an extra $500.
Extra $500? I think that's too much. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Extra $200?
No. I just saw. Hold on. I just saw Press Start put up an article recently, an hour ago. A few of the PlayStation 30th anniversary prices being revealed earlier. Let's see here. Blah 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 blah. It's digital edition, extra 50 USD. Blah blah blah. As far as the PS5 Pro bundles, which seems to be the one most keen for, cost about $1,700.
It's an extra $500.
Yes.
Okay, so
well, hold on. Let me just clarify something before. So it comes with the DualSense charging station, console cover for disk drive. No, it doesn't come with the disk drive.
It doesn't come with the disk drive. It comes with a faceplate in case you buy the external disk drive.
But you know what? How much is that paperclip?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many are you going to be able to scalp that paperclip for?
I don't know. All right. If it's available, I'll buy it. It's fine.
Okay. Even for just a bit.
Yeah, even just for the bit.
Okay.
I have access to credit cards that I shouldn't, and I'm not. I never act my age, so that's fine.
I will say the thing that I think is most impressive and makes me a bit sad is seeing the colored symbols on the buttons. It's like, why did they take those away?
I don't know. Like,
even the colored PlayStation symbol that looks so good.
I didn't show. Hold on, let me. You just reminded me. I forgot to say. I got the
Astrobot controller.
I got the Astrobot controller, which I kept meaning to go to EB Games to pick up.
It's
cool.
It looks very pretty.
It's very pretty. This part, like on the controller,
texture.
Well, it's just very it's not texture because it doesn't. It's just very shiny and
okay.
Like, not slippery, but like it
just feels different.
Yeah, it's definitely some sort of different thing. And it's got a little Astrobot on the back.
On the back.
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. So That's pretty cool. I was just thinking, like, I know that because I like the button, it's sort of hard to tell, but they're blue, all the buttons. But I don't mind when the buttons aren't all the proper colors if it's like thematic, like this, where they're all the symbols, including the like in there's all blue with the D-pad and everything, but like it all thematically.
Yeah.
So I actually needed that. The last few games I've been playing on my PlayStation, I think my launch DualSense is going. Like, it doesn't seem to last long at all anymore. I swear after I charge it lasts like maybe a couple hours. I think it lasts less than my DualSense Edge, which is how I can tell it's dead, because the DualSense Edge doesn't last long, which is like part of the negatives of that. So I'm like, the fact that doesn't last as long, I'm like, that I think I just need to chuck a controller, I think. Oh well, got enough. Yeah. Well, that's my 5th. So it sort of worked out that if I chuck one, I've got an even like 4 set again. So.
Yeah.
All right. God of War Ragnarok is being review bombed on Steam. At the time of writing, Roger Gamer, God of War Ragnarok sits at a mixed user score, amalgamated from almost 5,000 player reviews. The majority of negative reviews mention their dismay at having to connect to a PSN account to play a single player game. Now, interestingly, several reviewers say they've been able to play without linking a PSN account at all. Others are unhappy that even creating a PSN account in a country where the service is available requires submitting a mobile phone number to verify your age or submit a photograph of your face or government-issued ID to a third-party site. I find it very funny. Because, you know how... what I was thinking about when I saw this, it just made me go, why is it that every time, like, they're happy to review bomb a game for something that's not actually part of the game, and that's fine, you know, like, let's review bomb the game, get it down to a super low score for having to make a sign for having it make a sign to PSN or whatever, and like then if like but then if a game's got like something in it they disagree with, then it's like, oh, like just focus on the game, like don't be pushing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, why is it? It's fucking you can't also I don't like, in a world where so many people have their own clients and things like that that you have to connect to. I don't understand why this. Like, I get it's slightly annoying, I guess, if you have to sign up to PSN and you haven't done that before. But is it that big of a deal that you have to?
Did they get upset about all the Ubisoft games you need to connect to?
Yeah.
Did they get upset about all the, what is it, I think Paradox is another one that you need to sign up to their client before you can play the game?
And then there's people in the comments of the article being like, well, if they're going to make me do that, I'm just going to pirate their game. Like,
I'm pretty sure you were going to pirate the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to pirate the game, full stop. Exactly. Like, if I have to make a PlayStation account, well, that's it. I'm pirating it. If that's a hill you want to stand on, that's that's ridiculous.
That the barrier of entry, you know?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the paying money was the thing that got you most upset.
Mm-hmm. So, but outside that, I would say all reports of the game's actually good on PC. It's another good PC
shocker.
Report. Well, I mean, Sony's had like.
Okay, that's fair.
They put out some PC ports.
The Last of Us didn't go great, but
yeah. So on that account, apparently they got a PC ports all firing on all cylinders. Eurogamer, another article. PlayStation Vita exclusive finds newfound freedom with remaster on current platforms. It's Freedom Wars, baby. Originally developed by Dimps, published by Sony in 2014, Bandai Namco will now publish a remastered port of the action game for the Switch, PS5, PS5, double PS5, and PC. It's set to release
sure it was meant to be PS4.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Set to release on 10th of January 2025. Freedom Wars is set in a distant dystopian future where the planet has been ravaged by pollution and humanity resides in a city-sized prisons called Panopticons. Panopticons. In this anime world, just being alive is considered a sin. Players explore the world and fight enemies using weapons called thorns, allowing for fluid movement as well as subduing enemies. The game also features local online multiplayer for both cooperative and competitive modes for up to 8 players. The remaster will feature several enhancements, including 4K resolution, upgraded textures, 60 frames per second in performance mode for PlayStation and PC, or maybe it's 60K, fucking 40K, 60 FPS. We haven't heard about the pro mode yet. An overhauled weapon crafting system, added difficulty settings, and more. I'm very keen for this. I played a fair bit of Freedom Wars on the PSP. That was around the time because 100% based on influence from listening to Podcast Beyond, and they talked about the game a lot on that podcast. But yeah, I mean, when the game starts, it's this very funny thing. It's like, oh, you're bored. Here, you've got a sentence of 1,000,000 years. You have to go fight monsters to cut off years from your prison sentence. And I mean, it's that thing also, like, in my head, I picture it and go, man, it was so cool you're doing these, like, epic fights. I'm sure, like, it was a PSP game, so I don't know how, like, actually epic it was and stuff. But it was also a game that had, like, a very big fan base, longevity to it because people were playing multiplayer and co-op and stuff like that. And it was sort of like some of the big monster fights and co-op and stuff. It was like, I don't want to say it's Monster Hunter like, because it was more like, it wasn't like you're exploring a big open world, but it did feel like it had that same sort of aspect to it that people gravitated towards. You wouldn't have played it, but did you hear about?
No, I think I own it probably, but
Really?
never got around to playing it. Yeah. Okay. It did not get much love.
It did from some people who cared. Do you reckon you'd be keen to check out this, or?
Probably not. I don't have nostalgia, but you know, is there a multiplayer element?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's co-op.
You know, maybe.
Yeah, no, now you changed your mind. Yeah, I was about to say, I want to play it. Like, if you want to play it with me, like, I'm going to be playing it. So, comes out at a good time, I'd say. Currently, 10th of January, I'm going, that's good, I think.
Sadly.
As far as I'm aware, until, like, the Game Awards happen and whatever else.
Yeah.
And stuff. But 10th of January seems good for, like, a game that probably ideally would want to sync at minimum.
Yeah, currently nothing.
Yeah. So,
Donkey Kong Country Returns comes out the following week.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's on a console, so it doesn't even matter.
No, exactly. Well, no, it's on. This is on Switch as well.
Well, yeah.
There could be a.
You know what I mean.
All right. Continue down the weeb train. Eurogamer writes, Kingdom Hearts 4 is being developed with the intention of the series being a story that will be completed, quote unquote. That's according to series director Tetsuya Nomura via a new interview with Japanese outlet Young Jump. Nomura was asked if he could foresee an end to Kingdom Hearts series, especially considering its multiple sequels and spin-offs. Nomura replied, he only has, quote unquote, a few years left until I retire. So he must decide whether to retire first or finish the series first. As such, he's developing Kingdom Hearts 4, quote, with the intention of it being a story that will be completed, end quote. Further, the game will be a reset of the story. It's notoriously complex. With new rides hired and a new logo to make it easier for newcomers to join the series. What's more, the plot will finally resolve Sora's famous life from the first game. Quote, is any of this for real or not? That will come from Quantitrem, described as a unreality within reality. Do you remember like 3 sentences ago where they said this game will be less complicated? But you know, the unreality within a reality. Anyway, Nomura stated this in-game world based on Shibuya has been an idea since the first game. Elsewhere in the interview, Nomura discussed development of Final Fantasy VII, for which he was lead character designer. He explained for the first time that Aerith was designed first, but with Tifa's personality. However, he decided to avoid convention and have 2 heroines, taking Aerith's personality and creating Tifa as a separate character. Aerith's new personality was then born from the destiny she must fulfill in the plot. Aerith was meant to be a glamorous heroine in contrast to Cloud's dark side and Barrett's toughness, resulting in her red clothes and bright hair, although this was tied up as polygons couldn't express its fluttering textures. There you go. You came for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah. I mean, we were keen since the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and speculating about what the ending, the hidden cutscene meant, you know? Do I think it's going to be finished before he retires? No, I feel like he's like the Smash Bros guy. He's just going to end up staying on and keep doing things.
It's also, there's no Kingdom Hearts 4 is the last one. I think he's already said that like it's supposed to be part of like the last couple games.
Yeah, you know, you still got to do the last Final Fantasy VII part as well, and you know. No, it's weird. Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts 5 is listed as coming out 2025 on his page.
Yeah, sure.
Unlikely.
In fact, no. All right, so another big rumor / thing that was happening between multiple different outlets reporting the same sort of story this past week. Eurogamer Writes PlayStation podcast Secret Symbol said it spoke to someone who worked on Concord who revealed the development cycle was so much worse than you think and full of, quote, toxic positivity, which meant critical feedback was ignored. The podcast host also alleges that Concord was, quote, internally referred to as the future of PlayStation with Star Wars-like potential, end quote. The toxic positivity claim has been further backed up by Kotaku. Quote, I can corroborate this part of the toxic positivity. Some sources I've spoken with blamed a head in the sand mentality carried over from studio Bungie sprues, said Ethan Gash. Sense that the game would come together because the team was too good to fail. End quote. The reporter could not, however, corroborate the $400 million sum, saying it's not the number they've heard. Some developers familiar with PlayStation similarly dispute the $400 million figure. Others suggest the sum likely includes the acquisition cost of buying Firewalk. I mean, that would make sense. And I guess that's it's not the money side, but the toxic positivity comment. That would make sense. Like when you wonder, how does a game get so far without anyone going, like pointing out things and potential issues and stuff, if the studio was running on that. And it's definitely a thing. I do believe that people, places, film sets, like TV sets, I do definitely believe that as much as like having positivity and whatever is a good thing, I totally like, I'm of the thing of like toxic.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like the internet can't distinguish, criticism from hate.
Yes. And yes, totally.
So
and you see both sides online. Sometimes you see a lot of people who you're like, you're way too, and that's like that toxic positivity.
You're like loving, you're too invested.
You're too, yeah. And then you see the opposite.
Taylor Swift fans,
you're just toxic.
So it wouldn't surprise me, maybe, but 400 million seems high. Especially, I mean, everybody says, oh, they've been working on this game for 8 years. 150 people were not working on that game for 8 years.
No. Like maybe 2-3 people before it ramped up, sort of thing. But yeah. I think the number would make sense if, as the article says, it included the acquisition cost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that like head in the sand mentality is,
mm-hmm.
very evident when it comes to like pointing out the problems and how the game got to where it is without anyone going, maybe these things, maybe this won't do very well.
Yeah. What did you think of the news of the games director stepping away?
I'd step away too. I don't think that's, I think that's fine. I wouldn't worry too much.
I don't think he's left the company, right? He's just dropped out.
Yeah.
He's not working in that position anymore.
Yeah. I mean, does it seem weird? I feel like anyone that had any sort of leadership position on that game.
I mean, it's weird if they're still going to try and make the game a thing.
But are they? We don't know.
Yeah, that's the key.
We don't know. The game may just disappear forever and never be seen.
Which would be
again.
Maybe the weirdest thing.
Yes and no, but it would also be like, I guarantee, like a year, 18 months now, when we've forgot, when I haven't been talking about it, and then someone randomly says Concord, you'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like,
no, it's going to be the surprise hit of Secret Level, and then everybody's going to want the Concord game.
I mean, that could also be true. That could also
the world is weird. Anything is possible.
And finally, this week over at the PlayStation blog, PS5 system update adds Welcome Hub, Party Share, personalized 3D audio profiles, adaptive controller charging, and more. Blah, blah. Today, we're happy to announce a new PS5 system software update. Welcome Hub, new personalized space with customizable widgets and backgrounds in your PS5 home screen. Welcome Hub is a reimagined version of the Explore tab, which was previously only available in the US. It will roll out globally over the next few weeks, starting today for select players in the US. What do you think of the Welcome Hub? Having that home
It's
screen, you
fine.
can change the background now. You got little stuff.
I
popping
mean,
up.
it sates all the crazy people who are super obsessed with
Themes.
having custom themes.
Mm.
You know, here, there's a customizable thing. Be
I
happy.
like it. It allows you to make your, especially because you can change the sizes and like you can like mess around with the widgets there to make it more for you and the sizing of some of those widgets and stuff. So if you're a trophy hunter, you can make sure that the trophy stuff's like front and center, larger than everything else, and move some stuff around. You know, like I feel like it allows you to add a little bit of personalization, and by that I don't mean the themes, but like about what matters most to you when you turn your PlayStation on. I kind of like that. Party share, the ability to share party voice chat links on messaging and social apps will roll out globally in the coming weeks. That's also cool. Like just being able to go, here's a link, drop in. Same as you could with Discord, obviously, without having to do messing around. Additionally, thanks to support from our beta participants, the following features that we're testing our latest PS5 beta will roll out now. Personalized 3D audio profiles for headphones and earbuds, adjusted remote play settings per user, and choose who is allowed to connect to your PS5 console using remote play. Adaptive charging for your controllers. What the fuck is adaptive charging control? This is the only thing I'm like, what the hell is that? Adaptive charging for DualSense wireless controllers, DualSense Edge wireless controller, PlayStation VR Sense 2 Sense controllers, and Axis controllers now available for the slimmer PS5 model. When the console is in rest mode and will also be available on the PS5 Pro when launches. Adaptive charging helps save power by adjusting the length of time that the power supply to controller based on its battery level. Okay.
So it stops charging when it's
done, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or lowers the wattage when it's full.
Cool.
I just assumed it was already doing that.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. And then the customized 3D audio profiles, that's very cool for people who like use the that sort of stuff, and like because the audio tech on PS5 is like really, really good, and being able to do that for a house where you may have multiple people, and everyone's like ears different and stuff like that. That's cool. Nothing much for us, but other than the welcome page, which I do like. But yeah. Anyway, there'll be lots more news to talk about soon because the State of Play, of course, is coming. As I said. But yeah, thank you for joining and listening to this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Of course, you can check out everything else on explosionnetwork.com. Join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. Support the show, explosionnetwork.com/support. And until next episode, remember, every trophy counts.
Also, fuck Kotaku. Astrobot was not soulless.
Whoa!